ये लो, भेज दिया मैंने। हाँ, नहीं जो है वो है, जो है वो तो है ही ना। हाँ,
Very good evening to everyone. Let's wait for 5-10 minutes more and let's everyone join, then we'll start the session.
गुड इवनिंग मैम।
Good evening, everyone. Just wait for 5-7 minutes more. Let's everyone join and then we'll start the session.
Very good evening, everyone. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
That's great.
Yes, ma'am.
That's great. So let's start this session, and I request everyone to please turn on your camera to make this session interactive. I request all the faculties to please turn on your camera. So very good evening to all the esteemed faculty members present here. I am Birendra Joshi, Officer, Student Welfare Academic Department at ISAB. And it's my pleasure to welcome you all to the first session of the Training of Trainers workshop organized by ISAB Greater Noida. So very warm welcome to all of you. At ISCB, we aim to connect with agricultural colleges and faculty members, and we are excited to introduce you to the teaching pedagogy. We encourage more participants to join and explore the various aspects that Dr. B. Kumar sir will be introducing during this workshop. We highly encourage you to participate actively and make the most of this valuable opportunity. So today we are honored to introduce our esteemed speaker for today, Dr. Birendra Kumar sir, a seasoned professor and trainer with extensive experience in renowned agriculture university in both India and Africa. Dr. Kumar boasts numerous academic achievements, introducing the establishment of a modern communication center aimed at enhancing teaching and learning. He has been deeply committed to fostering qualitative improvements in education throughout his career. So Dr. Kumar has held key leadership roles in various institutions such as coach and trainer in public speaking, former scholar in residence, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Central Agricultural University, Pusa, Bihar, former director residential instruction cum dean, Bihar Agricultural University, former director communication, GB.P&T University of Agriculture and Technology, director communication at GBPUA&T. So, with 42 years of experience in the field, Dr. Kumar is here with us to share his valuable insights on creating qualitative learning environments. Very warm welcome, sir. I hope sir has joined.
Is it visible? I don't see myself.
Yes, sir, you are visible and audible too. Thank you so
I'm
much
not
for
able to see
joining.
myself. How can I see myself? I don't see. Is it visible?
Yes, sir, you are visible.
Is there some way to... Thank you very much, Ranjana. Even if I don't see, no problem. It's very interesting. I have many good friends here on the screen. I see Aditya, I see Mehul, I see people I know and love very much. Himanshu ji is there, Pranay is there, Deepankar Shakya from Assam is there. All of them, all of you. Very warm welcome. It's very interesting. I love teaching. I love public speaking. And I love to interact with professors because teachers are very important. They are the real cream of the society. They are the leaders. They show the light. In our culture, they give utmost respect to the teachers. All of you who are in higher agricultural education, you know that you are top 2-3% of the country. The question is, we are all PhDs in our respective subjects, horticulture, extension, pathology, whatever, agribusiness management. But what about skills in teaching? What kind of training did we have in pedagogy? They say that a teacher needs training in many different dimensions. He has to understand his learners. He has to understand different types of learner. The classroom is full of diversity, different kinds of students, a lot of problems, a lot of differences in intelligence and interest in learning. How does teacher handle them? How does he understand them? Another is educational theories. There are already researchers, legends have talked about how can teaching be more creative? How can teaching create learning? It's not a matter of lecturing. It's not a matter of forcing what we say. How can we create a climate in which learning can take place? A teacher has to understand the environment, classroom environment, different aspects in the classroom, because they also contribute to learning. How shall we handle that? What shall we do? And above all, there are theories after theory that say learning is not forced, learning has to be facilitated. So the question of questions here is, how shall we improve our craft as a teacher? The craft that we enjoy, the student that we enjoy, how can we make ourselves prominent teachers, most effective teachers, and what basic qualities or skills do we need to acquire? One question. Second question is, what are the great educators talking about? Educators of adult learning, because our students are adults, more than 18. They are deep into their society. I know some of the agriculture colleges where students come directly from the villages, so deep in their vocation. So, what do theories tell us about the way of facilitating learning, making learning easy for them? Some have difficulties, some are very much interested. Third is this facilitation skill, making learning easy. How can we create a classroom environment in which students interact? It's not only one way top down communication, rather, it is interactive. So, what kind of communication skills should teachers have to handle the classroom, make it interesting, make it easy? I know many of you are very capable people. Some of you I know very personally who make classes very much interactive. Here is an opportunity for me to share with you and help you share your experiences about how to make teaching effective, how to take it to a level where we can call that, yes, now I have arrived. Now I have done something. Is it visible? I don't know.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
Is visible
Yes,
clearly?
yes, sir.
Okay. For me, it's not very clear here. But anyway, if it is visible. Okay. So teaching is not a good oratory. I'm good in public speaking. I go, spoke, and came. There is no guarantee that students have learned. Many teachers say that students need notes, and so dictating is one of the ways that people are using or very popular. It's not only covering courses. At the end of the day, if the student has not learned, learning has not happened. Neither it is maintaining discipline, depositing some terms in the minds of the learners. So if it is not bossing, it's not dictating, it's not forcing learning, then what is this? What what does it amount to? Say that teaching is not filling the pot but lighting the lamp, filling the bucket but lighting the lamp. And what it means is that there is already something in the minds of the students that forms as inspiration to learn. How can we ignite that inspiration? How can we help people come out? All of you have been products of some teachers. You have you have seen legends, exemplary teachers, teachers who have passion for learning. I remember one of my teachers who used to sleep in the laboratory, and early morning when we go to class, he used to be there. You also have experienced many teachers. For a moment, can some of you share with me some examples of teachers that have shaped your life or whose classroom conduct was exemplary? Uh, Ranjana ji, can you unmute them?
Yes, sir. I'll give the
Yes,
answer.
so that some of them, 3 or 4 examples are coming to me about 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 effective teachers that they have experienced. So anybody who wants to talk about. Maybe Aditya, Dr. Aditya, are you there? Dr. Aditya, yeah, can you share one example of a teacher who was very effective in the classroom, very briefly, so that 2, 3 more people have.
So, thank you, sir, for this opportunity. Very briefly, I would like to introduce myself to you. So, I am Dr. Aditya
Yeah.
Sinha. I'm working as assistant professor at Bihar Agriculture University, Sabor. So, when I joined in the year 2012, I was fortunate enough to see B. Kumar sir as our Dean PGS over here. So, we were very new teachers and we were not having a lot of experiences. So, he used to take us to the real classrooms, especially to the undergraduate students. And also, I could see the bonding that he had with the students. A lot of students, they used to come to him for suggestions. He also used to know all the students by the place where they belonged. So it was really a very conducive environment in which the teacher and the students, they were at the same page. They were at the same level. So it was really interesting to imbibe such lessons from him, that how we can make teaching more engaging. So each and every, he used to tell us at that time that the life of a teacher is an open book. So the students, whatever you do, whatever you behave, however you behave, that all things are noted by the students. So these all things, it kept um, it provided a lot of values to me in the initial years, and I learned a lot during that time on how we can make our personality in such a way so that it is really pleasing to the students, and also we engage with the students more and more, because until and unless we engage with them, our teaching is not going to help. So this was few words about that, sir.
You make me very humble, I feel. Very small and humble. Anyway, others, other friends. Dr. Rabish, are you there? Dr. Rabish.
Yes,
Dr.
sir.
Himanshu. Yeah, Rabish, please. Can you share someone?
Good afternoon, sir. Actually,
Thank
sir,
you. Hmm.
so thank you for this opportunity, sir. I would like to share one of my story from my graduation days, sir. So one of my teacher, Dr. Om Prakash sir, was there, and he used to teach us sir genetics, sir. So I mean, beside the content, the more important part, how he used to engage with the student, that was very fascinating to me, and that was very, I mean, learning for me. He was so much empathetic. Even he will care about those students who will not, I mean, they will not be able to say anything, but he will lost, matlab, he will give opportunity to them also, sir. So matlab, beside the content, the empathy, the knowledge, and how he used to engage the student, that are the quality that I have learned from him. Thank you so much, sir.
Great, great. That also talks about your interest, how from a small place you came to IRI and you made yourself a good teacher. Very nice. Others, Himanshu Tripathi, are you there? Dr. Himanshu Tripathi.
Yes, sir. Sadhu Pranam, sir.
Please, Pranam. Please. You
And
are a
thank
very nice teacher at Kanpur. Please talk something.
you very much, sir, for providing me this opportunity. And whenever I'm asked to talk about any teacher, then I just want to tell that I'm the organic product of the teacher like you. And I started seeing Professor Dr. R.K. Pathak in the graduation, and in the graduation I decided to become a teacher like Dr. R.K. Pathak. Then in my higher studies, in my PhD, of course, I would like to tell everyone at this forum that you, Dr. B. Kumar, is the person. After meeting him, I came to know that for the teaching you need not to have a classroom, or this is not merely a delivery of content from one side to another side. A teacher is always a teacher, and every time he is teacher, and he is available to make their students learn. And I'm very blessed. I'm very privileged to have this kind of teachers. And one of the teachers is in front of me, and whenever I have any chance to interact with the teachers like me who made me, and one of those is Dr. B. Kumar sir. So actually, I have much to say about my teachers, but at this forum, I just want to take this to them. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you very much. You make me humbler. Can you talk about the great scientist that you named, Dr. R.K. Pathak? some of the traits of him as a teacher, because he was a great scientist. A
Yes,
few
sir.
things, a few things about him. Yeah.
सर जैसे अभी आपने बिल्कुल जो बात
हाँ जी,
कही,
हाँ जी।
एक बाल्टी को भरना नहीं, बकेट को भरना नहीं, बल्कि दिया जलाना जैसा उन्होंने किया। और
अद्भुत अद्भुत।
दिया जला वही सकता है जो खुद जल रहा हो। एक
एकदम
बिना जलता हुआ दिया किसी दूसरे को नहीं जला सकता। तो दिया
एकदम
जलाने के
एकदम
लिए सबसे अच्छी चीज है कि व्यक्ति खुद जल रहा हो। और सर मुझे लगता है कि जो आपने बताया है कि शिक्षक एक दीपक, एक दिया ही शिक्षक का सबसे अच्छा उदाहरण हो सकता है, जो खुद जलता है और दूसरों से जिससे मिलता है उसको अपने जैसा दीपक बना देता है, वो प्रकाश फैलाने लग जाता है। तो डॉक्टर आर के पाठक जी के जीवन में यही चीज हमेशा दिखती गई। आज उनके स्टूडेंट्स अगर सिर्फ पद प्रतिष्ठा की भी दृष्टि से देखें तो भारत ही नहीं, विश्व में अलग अनेक अनेक जगहों पर बैठे हुए हैं। और उन्होंने उनके जीवन से सीखा है वास्तव में। हॉर्टिकल्चर उन्होंने कितनी किसको पढ़ाई और हॉर्टिकल्चर में कौन से नाम किसको कितना याद रहे, अलग बात है। लेकिन टीचर बनने की हुक ऐसे समय में जब लोग और कुछ बनना चाहते हैं, ऐसे टीचर बनने की हुक लोगों के अंदर उन्होंने जगाई। तो मैं समझता हूँ कि ऐसे लोग टीचर्स के टीचर होते हैं।
बहुत सुंदर, बहुत सुंदर। मैं सुनते रहना चाहता हूँ आप लोगों को, लेकिन लगता है कि थोड़ा रुकना पड़ेगा और अपनी बात करता हूँ, फिर कुछ और लोगों को इन्वॉल्व करता हूँ। मैंने एक पर्शियन एक स्कॉलर के बारे में पढ़ा था, रूमी का बड़ा नाम आता है। पिछले शताब्दियों में रूमी नाम के एक बहुत बड़े टीचर थे। उनसे किसी ने पूछा कि आपको टीचिंग में इतना मजा क्यों आता है? व्हाई डू यू फाइंड सो मच ऑफ जॉय इन टीचिंग? इट इज सो रिपीटेटिव। हर समय एक ही बात पढ़ाना है लोगों को, इस बात में क्या मजा है? क्यों आपको इतना इंटरेस्ट आता है? उन्होंने बड़ी अच्छी बात कही। आपने इतनी तारीफ की टीचर्स की, लेकिन उन्होंने स्टूडेंट की तारीफ की। कही कि जब शागिर्द की आंखों में चमक देखता हूं तो मुझे पढ़ाना आ जाता है। कहने का मतलब, टीचर का जॉय स्टूडेंट के इंटरेस्ट के कारण होता है। स्टूडेंट जब इंटरेक्ट करता है, क्वेश्चन पूछता है, आंखों में चमक होती है, अद्भुत भाव से आता है टीचर के पास में, दैट ही हैज टू लर्न समथिंग, देन टीचिंग स्टार्ट्स। टीचर फील्स गुड, टीचर को भी मजा आने लगता है। नाउ आई विल टेक one or two more people. Dr. Mehul Thakkar, are you there? Dr. Mehul from Gujarat? No. Dr. Chandan? Dr. Chandan Kumar Rai? Are you there? Anybody else who wants to share? Yeah, please.
Yes, sir, I'm there.
Yeah,
Sir,
please, your name and speak.
sir,
Introduce
myself,
yourself.
sorry, sir. Myself, Dr. Chandan Kumar Rai.
Very good, Chandan.
And I have completed my graduation from Banaras Hindu University and post-graduation from National Dairy Research Institute, Karnal. And presently work as assistant professor, Department of Agriculture and Extension, Chaudhary Srinath Singh Sandeli PG College, Meerut.
Very good. Please
Yes.
share some experience about an effective teacher.
Sir, actually, I have completed my graduation and post-graduation from so much reputed universities. So
Yes, you did.
I have a lot of experience. First one, I want to talk about Dr. Binod Misra, sir. He is a professor in Department of Genetics and Plant Breeding, Banaras Hindu University. His way of teaching and interacting with his students is commendable and very interesting. He knows his students, even 20-year pass out students, he's know their students by name. And in post graduation, I have interacted with Dr. Mahesh Chandra sir. I have taken one or two class from Mahesh Chandra sir, IBRI, Principal Scientist IBRI. And in our Department of Dairy Extension from NDRI, Dr. S.K. Jha sir and in present time, Dr. Sanjeet Mehti sir is very good in teaching and helping students. Thank you, sir.
Very good. Very good. Very good. So researches on teachers. Yeah, please. Yeah, please.
Sir, I'm Dr. Mehul Thakkar.
Mehul ji, please.
Yes. Representing the flavor of vibrant state of Gujarat.
Yeah, I know.
Non-violence and truth of the beloved father of the nation, Sri Mahatma Gandhi ji. I came across a wonderful teacher, Dr. Kiran Pandya sir, at my Department of HRD at Veer Narmad South Gujarat University, Surat of Gujarat. What I loved about him was he used to practice a wonderful mix of innovative teaching pedagogies, keeping in mind the heterogeneous group of students we were in his classroom.
He was all
Oh,
the time well aware of the individual differences in our learning
wonderful.
styles.
Wonderful.
And
Yes.
he used to make sure that each one of you sitting in any corner of the class gets involved into his teaching learning process. So all the time, each one of us was super excited to be in his class and remain participating. And as we know, participation becomes an elixir for the success. So we all
Yeah.
learned by doing kind of thing. So it was a wonderful experience. Even today, whenever we find that he is delivering somewhere, we get tempted to rush to the occasion and listen to him.
That's it. That's it. Mehul, you yourself is a very good teacher. Your verbal and
Are sir.
non-verbal communication, I remember even after 10 years or more than that.
Oh my goodness.
Are
I
you
was
still
hesitant
in?
to share on the
Yeah.
public platform, but it was a wonderful treat for my mind, body, and soul to be there with you at IARI.
Yeah, you do hundreds of trainings and you
Yes.
come in newspapers, and I'm proud that
Sir.
I have a
Thanks.
friend like him in Gujarat.
Sir. Thanks a million.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you very much.
Sure.
So, how do we conclude the exemplary teachers that my friends have said? Researchers say that one thing for sure, teachers have a different kind of personality. In Japan, they say that stand like a teacher, sit like a teacher, behave like a teacher. That means teachers have to be very controlled in their behavior, very much aware of their emotions, anger, way of communication that influences others. So those of us who influence others should know their own traits, should know their own behavior, which of their behavior affect others. Is dressing well is good, is smiling good, is meeting students at their level good. That means we have to understand ourselves first before we are going to influence others. So this is a very different kind of sensitivity we call empathy. For a trainer and teacher, there is need for a sensitivity training about which of their behavior affect others. This is very important. You make or mar a generation. I remember one of my classes. I had just come from Ethiopia. I was very much excited to teach, having gained some experience in Africa of a different way of teaching, interactive way of teaching. I was doing an undergraduate class and students were demonstrating. The half of the class, a student were teaching. And suddenly I found one student who was very much involved in some other activity than in the demonstration that was going on. I became very angry. I fired up. I said so many things to him and came back. I thought I did the right thing. Then one of the students came, very interested in my teaching. He came to me and said, "Sir, your your this behavior is more harmful than the good things that you are doing by loving us, by coming to us, by giving us opportunity." I said, "Why?" Because many of the students, you know, do not want to come to your class after this. You are right that they are not paying attention, but that is how they are in other classes. What I mean is that I should have understood that I cannot expect more discipline from people. So first thing, the teacher's personality. What should be his appearance? They say that A, B, C of the teacher, the appearance. Is there a dress code? Written dress code? No. But then we have to understand when we go to them, we are the examples. They copy us, they talk about us, like Dr. Aditya Sinha have said, that a teacher, teacher's life is a public life. They are talking about your bike, your car, the kind of watch that you have. You know, I asked one of the students about one of you, and he said, yes, he has bought a car now. So that means your total personality is on the scanner of the students. So be very much vigilant, sensitive, and empathetic about it. How should it influence others? We'll talk more about it. Second is preparation of the teacher. There is no alternative to preparation. There are different kinds of preparation, not only the systematic lesson plan, not only the notes that you bring, but then also the events that will happen in the classroom, the kind of group discussion that we'll do, that role plays that you will conduct there, everything has to be imagined, rehearsed, and then executed out there. So very well, a teacher is like a manager. He manages this dissemination of knowledge, interaction of knowledge, creation of knowledge through thorough preparation. He does not leave anything to chance, because in 50 minutes he has to perform. And the performance has to create interest, interaction, and finally learning. Third is, so preparation, personality, performance. A teacher is a performer, like a performer on the stage. I wish we had some opportunity to hear Dr. Mehul Thakkar. He's a big performer. His voice, his kinesics, his body movement, everything speaks and creates an impact amongst the people. Of course, many of you have talked about human relationship of the teacher, knowing the names of the students, knowing the background of the students, knowing how to handle the hardened students, all kind of students, the diversity, how to handle. But while I'm telling this, let me tell you a very sensitive story. You must have heard about Adolf Hitler. Hitler was an autocrat. Hitler was a dictator. But then there is a very soft part of it. When he was very small, maybe 7, 8 years old, he used to go to school without food. He had a stepmother who used to push him to the school, and there he would sit at the back all the time. He was he was sleeping in the class or looking to the other side, and the teacher saw him, and one day in class 6 or class 7, he threw him out of the class. Later, Adolf Hitler has written in his biography that he did not deserve to be a teacher. He saw me sleeping, but he could not understand the feeling of a person who has no food. And so when he became the dictator, he threw him out of the school. What I'm saying is this sensitivity. All the great teachers, including Dr. Radhakrishnan, APJ Abdul Kalam, even the spiritualist Ramakrishna, Vivekananda, they have talked about the empathy that they have with their students or learners. How are they feeling? Because only my knowledge is not important. My feelings or emotions that create a bond. All said, I would just like to say that think about them as to how you will influence the student by your personality, your preparation, and your role as a performer on the stage, the enthusiasm, the confidence, the creative way of handling the events in the classroom that people will not forget. I remember, I remember my sociology teacher. He was not very knowledgeable. Now that I look back, he was not theoretically very strong, but I was just an undergraduate student in second year. If at all I got interested to sociology, it is because of the way he would create interest in the social aspects. He organized a meeting to the villages nearby Pantnagar in undergraduate, where the displaced Bengali Bangladeshis had come then in 1970. And he made us interview each one of them about the sorrow tales of their displacement. We wrote the interviews, we spoke about them with emotion, and then I really was attracted to social sciences. That there is so much of power in social science to capture emotion, to capture the stories and tell it to the people. So what I'm saying is the way you perform in the classroom, the examples you do, the role play or experiences that you provide, they they become lifelong memories for the students, and some of them on the basis of that pursue. All of you have said that I have pursued a certain course because of a teacher and his interest. So a teacher is not there to be a boss, to intimidate, to challenge, to make them afraid, so that students are silent, do not ask a question, and just go back. He is there to make them interested. What are the ways? How shall we do that? How shall we encourage, and like each one of you said, and engage them? What should be the way of engaging? What should be the right climate? Creating the right climate so that students have motivation and positive attitude. And this is called as facilitation of learning, making learning easy, making learning comfortable, making learning secure. What is so unsecure about classroom? I remember going to organic chemistry class. I felt very insecure that if the teacher asks me anything, I will not be able to speak, and they will all know that I am a duffer in organic chemistry. So my insecurity was there until a teacher really asked me, and he not only asked me but also gave me answer and encouragement that nahi, this is not very difficult. This benzene ring is like this. He called me in his office. He offered me water, and he told me that you look at this book and you will get this security. You can do it. This this faith that you can do it. So facilitation. Carl Rogers was a psychologist in the university, and he used to meet several students and professors who had problems, and he said that all of them had a solution. All I had to do is stimulate them to talk about the problem, engage them about their own issues, and finally let them facilitate them to speak out their problem. From there came this term facilitation, making this easy for others to come out. Yeah, like this, like this. So from expert, knowledgeable person going to lecture, expert lecture, you became a guide. And when you become a guide, then there are so many teachers, including yourself. Like today, 5 of you, Chandanji, Adityaji, Mehulji, all of you, Himanshuji, who have shared, they became the teachers. And I became the facilitator. I took their things and linked with the thing that I have to talk about. So from the stage, person on the stage, the center of attraction, you become a sage on the side, creating non-threatening climate through your appearance, through your behavior, through your narrations, a way of speaking. You assure them that each one of them is welcome. Helps clients open up. We'll talk about it and seek your judgments, your evaluations will be non-critical. You cannot understand. You are not good. This is not possible for you. Such extreme negative remarks are unwelcome. The moment you become a teacher, the moment you become a leader, you have to tolerate. You have to be patient. You have to understand their situation, be in their situation, and no extreme negative bossy evaluations will do. I know many teachers I have come across who were educated in best of the places in the world, came to teach us in 70s at PANTNAGAR in undergraduate and postgraduate. And some of them will come to class, take 3 hours class, extra classes, but all of them were monotonous because they were mainly dissemination of knowledge and could not connect. So facilitation is about how to connect so that the level of the learners, at the level of the learners, they get interested to talk. What can we do to make people open up? Facilitation is a great skill, even in extension work. Any group work, meeting we are doing, discussions we are doing, interactions that we are doing, the same principles apply of the facilitation. That is, making people one up. So when will people open up? When you listen acceptably. So the answer may be wrong. The answer may be very far-fetched from the actual, but then listen to them. Take out the things that are good in it, and then later make that right. Respect them. All people who come to you, all the adults, they deserve respect. How will you respect them? How will you how will you make them feel comfortable so that they are not at all insecure about the questions that you ask, giving them opportunity to express, praise them, accept them, recognize them. All this encouragement will make them feel like coming to your classes. This is not enough. this is not enough. Even feedback, time to time, getting feedback, making them comfortable, feedback not only orally but also non-verbally, you can see. When you stand in the classroom and you look at the people, their eyes, their gestures, their postures, their every behavior gives you non-verbal signals about how is it going. And in the midway, you can also correct your style of teaching. So the basic skills that are required in facilitation and for which trainings are available, I'll talk about it. One reason why I invited all my friends, those I know and those I do not know, is I want to create a community of teachers who can train each other in each of these skills. They're very valuable, not only in teaching, but also in all kinds of group work, expert consultations, brainstorming, attending skill. How do you attend the people? That means looking at the people, being face to face. You know that when you go to somebody's office and he does not look at you, then how do you feel? Insulted. So if you want to engage from beginning to end, you have to look at the people, both the side. Look, observe their behavior, observe what they are doing, their their gestures, their postures, their facial expression, their enthusiasm, everything. They're talking between themselves. They give you signals about the climate of the class and the role that you have to play. You don't have to cry all the time. Many times your silence, your observance, your eyes on the person is sufficient. You have to master this art, how to use this attending skill, observing skill, listening skill, and questioning skill to control the class, to manage the class, to manage a disciplined learning climate in the classroom. Questions are very good way. Questions are very good way to open people up. There are different kind of questions you can ask. You can ask simple question, which answer many people might know. You might ask some terms that you have talked about just to test where they're listening to you. Or you can give a problem and in a very little time ask them to find some solutions. Not all of them might have some solutions. So this way you can give a break or ice breaking in the midst of your one-way delivery. When you ask a question, the the communication shifts from the teacher to the student. When you tell them that you 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 find the answers by consulting the person on your side, and each person will, then you give a break. So the monotony is broken. So that means all these things, when you question, you break the monotony. But then you have to formulate right question that is within the experience of the people, that they can easily ask. Then the difficulty, level of difficulty of the question can be raised. What happens if the student does not answer? Do not get impatient. Wait for some time. Give them some prompt and listen to what he's saying. And even if he's saying wrong, do not outwardly reject the answer. Take a part of it and encourage them to come again. What I'm saying is the art of questioning has to be mastered. And there are ways to do it. I'll talk about it. More than that, when a student asks question, it's a very different situation. That means he has listened to me. One, he is interested in it. Third, he has dared to stand up and ask. This is a gift. Never reject it by saying, I'll talk to you later. Even if it is getting late, even if you are not able to cover the class, if you say that, I will talk to you later, you really do a great disrespect to the curiosity that has arisen. That means their answer is not important. In nutshell, the science of facilitation, there are books on handbooks of facilitation. There are different books sharing the facilitation skills in group work. Basically, this is about group work and about what are the different ways in which we can engage people and get the learning out of the combined effect of the group and the teacher. Teacher remains a stimulant. Teacher remains a catalyst. He finds out the ways to make them engaged. So what I have talked about is up to this is that facilitation that comes from the work of Carl Rogers, that comes from the work of David Kolb on adult learning, says that apart from shooting your knowledge, there are other ways to engage the people. Now, at this stage, I will wait a little and ask Dr. Aditya, can he provide us some examples? Because he was in US also and he went to different universities and different kinds of works. Can he provide some examples about how to teach subjects like communication or journalism or information technology? Does he have any examples of facilitation? Dr. Aditya, are you there?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir,
Yeah,
for
please.
calling
Please,
me
very briefly.
for this.
You are like my co-teacher today. Very briefly.
Sir, should I share my slide or should I just
You
continue
can
my?
just speak. At the moment, you
Okay,
can speak.
fine, sir.
And we'll do
So
it
over the
later. We'll find.
right, sir. So thank you, sir, for this opportunity. And again, I would like to tell all of you that I have been teaching journalism and management over few years in my university. So I was very much interested in journalism because this writing and all was very integral to me since my school days. I used to write blogs and I used to write long essays. I used to get prizes also. So that thing is continuing in me till now. So I was mostly interested in teaching journalism and also I was interested in teaching management because that is another core area which I love to teach. So I saw that a lot of people, a lot of students, they were not interested in this journalism. They were telling that in today's age where the attention span is so less, uh, you might be knowing that the attention span today has decreased to 8 seconds. So it's very difficult
Yeah.
to engage the
Yeah.
students for long duration. So they were of the view that this journalism is not interesting to them in today's world because we are flooded with news every time. So how I tried to make this interesting was, I used to read a lot about newspapers and all. So I took a lot of case studies from different newsrooms, or I used to take case studies from startups or different corporations, and also I used to discuss regarding current events because the students you will see that they are mostly concerned with the current affairs. So in this was one of the way in which I could provide real world examples to them so that they can relate to the subject and they can see that how their journalism is really making a change in the society, how it is improving the society. Secondly, what I saw was that even after doing this, what I saw was that the students got bored with my method of teaching or with my engagement, so I try to make use of different games in my teaching. So I used this gamification techniques. I use different games when I teach things like team building. You might be knowing that this might sound very boring, this team building and all. Now students will think that these all things are known to us. Why you are teaching this? So you can present this team building to them in the form of a game. So there's a game called pipeline game. So
Yeah.
yeah, so I made use of this game in my classes, and I saw that the students were very interested. They also explored a lot, there was also an assignment related to this pipeline game, which followed this game. So to my surprise, I saw that the students they studied a lot about the application of pipeline game. They saw different websites, and they prepared a very good report without making use of any artificial intelligence channels like ChatGPT and all. So they did all the work themselves, and it was really exciting to see that how these games can improve this teaching skills. Then again, that one thing that I would like to explain over here is that the current generation students, so they are quite different to us. So we are having a lot of generation gap. So
Yeah.
between us and
True.
them, yeah, they are very excellent user of technology, and they know to use technology. They know how to escape from chat GPT, how to escape from what we call this writing assignments and all. So they are very good. So we must make use of their capabilities. So what I do to them is that I invite them to create podcasts or to create videos. They perform the role of anchor in my journalism class. They perform the role of anchor. Some students they perform the role of companion, and there is debates and which is recorded in the real time. And so this makes teaching very interactive and very what we call supportive also. And they all they all prepare the script, they all come prepared in the class. So it's very exciting to see the change in the students over the years, because you can't expect a lot from the undergraduate students. But still, I have seen that they're also very much interested in making use of such techniques and to learn more by using such skills. So these were a few examples, sir. Yeah, one more thing I would like to share if time permits.
Please,
I have
please.
also
Yeah, good.
Yes, sir. So I'm also making use of this case study method of teaching. So what I do in this method is that I collect cases. I prepare cases also. So I prepare very short cases in a page or something. So I present those cases to the students and I ask them that how you will deal with this situation. How you will be dealing with this situation. You must bring some 6 or 7 points in a group, and you can discuss within your group, and you just bring the different points to me. So sometimes they bring such good points which are even not known to me, because they are the new generation people. So they exactly know how to solve problem in different ways, which I might not be aware of. So it's a win-win exercise for both the teacher and the students. I get to learn a lot about from them and how they are using the technology, how they are interacting with them, which social media channels they are using, how this things is progressing over the years. So it will be a win-win situation both for you and the student if you inculcate these strategies in your teaching, and also if you make use of more games and case study method in your teaching. So this was in short about this, sir. So I would like to thank you because you were very instrumental in promoting such skills to me when I was very young over here. So if I would not have got such a guidance at that early years, I would be just like another teacher. So,
Great.
so thank you.
This is
Very much.
very skilled job, Aditya.
Yes, sir.
And this requires research.
Right, sir.
Research in the sense that now that is why I have gathered all of you, that we should also do research on our teaching. The games that we make, the exercises that we make, have they really made an impact? Have they really enhanced their knowledge or skill or interest? That has to be researched. Documentation has to be made, and we should share it with our other colleagues. Everybody is not so lucky that he has gone abroad or he has seen something like this, because still pedagogical skills are very rare. So at this stage, I want that we should think about documenting our experiences in teaching and writing papers on that. In the end, I would like many of the people to give us some some feedback about how can we take it ahead. Now, next, we have talked about these, that attending has to do with your eye contact. The eyes of a teachers is like a eyes of the magician. When you look at them, they are engaged. They do not go away. Your enthusiasm and confidence of the face, your purposeful movement towards left, right, or the class, not hurried movements, not unwanted random movements, but movement to show something, to show proximity. And you're attending the seating arrangements. How do people sit? How are they sitting? Their gestures, their postures. So that means you have to be very sensitive, aware, more than knowledge to the behavior of the students. The non-verbal cues that are coming from there. And then patient listening, very difficult, because you have so much to teach, but still you have to block those eagerness and focus attention on what they are saying without judgment, listening with observance also, and then deciding as to what was this thing that they are saying, what is behind it, so that you can understand the student psychology. Questioning I have talked about. So you create a positive classroom climate by planning and preparation. The cases that Dr. Aditya has mentioned require a lot of groundwork that he finds time to do. And then more than that, how shall I include in a 35 population or a population of 40 or 60? How do I make the groups, and how do they observe, and how do we get the conclusion out of it? All this requires. They are being used in good classrooms. I have seen here and abroad, people are doing it. I myself did it in my training classes, but it requires a lot of preparation. One example only about the course I love to teach, training. So when I'm teaching training and development, after half the theory is gone, I make them organize a training, and especially most of the times a training in communication skill for the undergraduate student. So our postgraduate students form groups, they invite the students, some 15-20 students, they conduct it like workshop for the whole day or half the day in the lab class, and then they manage everything from the need assessment to evaluation to feedback and refining. It used to be like an event. Whenever I am teaching, the trainings of 5 days or 6 days in different stretches are like events that students enjoy, and the also has the effect on the undergraduate class. So what I am saying is that all this requires time management, lesson management, the event management, and all the time positivity of interaction, of praise, of motivation, and in the midst of it, discipline. A teacher is neither a boss and nor a friend who, who, who is yes for everything. They understand the limits. Pupil understanding of the learners and their achievement is the major goal for which we need reflection. Reflective teaching. That means when I go back after today, I sit and I ask myself, what things went well? Were the intervention of the other teachers sharing experience? Was it good? Did it cultivate learning? Whatever. That means teaching is a very skilled job. I want to tell each one of you that 1 hour is not sufficient, or just talking about it not sufficient. We should be able to do it. And I'm thinking how to organize micro teaching. Micro teaching means all the skills of teaching have to be demonstrated in a small form, and that is called. So, first skill is entry skill. How does a teacher enter into the classroom? What will he do? Will he go to the board, turn his back, and write down the title? Or he enters and greets the people, smiles, look at the learners, give positive nonverbal signals, and face them, and then introduce the subject. This is the place where you hook the audience with the content. Never ever start with today my lesson is this. You can ask a question. Yes, you can share an experience. You can tell a story, or it can tell a relevant quotation. You can highlight the relevance and then come down to what you are going to teach about. That means the beginning of the class, the first few minutes of the class are very important to attract the attention of the learners by your these skills. These skills require training. At PANTNAGAR, I had created laboratory, educational technology laboratory, where we would train the young teachers in how to introduce. So give them 15 minutes, 10 people group, each one of them will introduce in this fashion, evaluate themselves and improve themselves. State purpose. Third is telling them what you want to tell them. That means the objective of the lesson link with the purpose, give them an overview or a trailer of what things you will be covering so that you make it interesting. People should know exactly what to expect today. And then build expectation by giving interesting highlight or writing an image on the board or making some questions on the board. Your content has to be organized in 3 or 4 blocks. Each block has to be treated like a serial. You introduce, you expand, give examples, defend, and then conclude. So you are following a sequence from a concrete examples to abstract conclusion and giving links in between. People may not remember everything that you are saying, so you have to remind. So the content has to be organized, and there is a science about it. So this is also a micro skill that we have to learn by doing. The explanation. Many teachers are very knowledgeable. They come speak fluently and go away, and very little remains in our mind. The residual effect is very little because of the vocabulary of the teacher. very hard terms, abstract examples. The experiences that they are talking, we are not able to relate. They talk about their foreign trips and their own qualities. So, I mean, there is a need for thinking about how shall I explain so that my students will learn. What are the points that are they are listening for the first time? I need to repeat. I need to emphasize. I need to involve them and do something about it. Above all, stimulus variation. Like Aditya Sinha said, that students have very little attention span. They get bored. There's so much to do, mobile there. They can see reels, get themselves entertained. How shall a teacher become a hero in the classroom and perform in a manner that they are glued to him? So there we have to think about our verbal and non-verbal communication. The voice, different kinds of voice, articulation, facial expression, my movements, the balance between the teacher's talk and the student talk, and change in the instructional episodes. This was the beginning. Now I'm talking about the skills. I mean, there are many things through which a teacher can create variety to create an interesting performance in the classroom. In every classroom, you keep something specific, like my friends have said, someday role play, someday interviewing, like that. Like this is happening in international. A teacher of anthropology came to my department in Pantnagar to give us training on how we can collect quality data. And he did not do big lecture. Even Vice Chancellor was there to inaugurate, and he said, "Sir, do not inaugurate. Let us interact and participate." So he gave us to work in a pair and said, "You interview each other in a manner that the culture of your place in Uttar Pradesh or Bihar and his comes out." So we interviewed each other for 15 minutes and then told him back, and he gave his reflection about what was so good about the interview or what is missing, what cultural aspects were not narrated or were not concluded or not explained. What I mean is that classroom is your experimental plot to think about which methods will create interest or variety. And like I said a few minutes back to Dr. Sinha, Aditya Sinha, that there is a need to evaluate these things. There is to write a paper on our pedagogy. There is a need to write paper on our teaching experiences. I've talked about it in the Indian NAS, the National Agriculture Association of Agriculture Science. They are also conducting the training of ICR teachers on pedagogical skills. And I told that if that has to be done, every teacher has to do action research on his own teaching. So more than that, teacher's appearance matter, pleasing appearance, his body language, positive body language, interesting, his use of voice, tone, articulation, and the way he communicates when he's alone with the student as a guide, as a counselor, how he makes him sit, makes him comfortable, listens to him, and speak something in silence to advise him. How does he communicate in the group when the exercises are going? This requires real training and refining of our skill. So what I'm saying is that our communication is good. We are teachers, we have done PhD, we have taught, but there is need to look at them under camera and refine as much as we can do. The major areas of nonverbal communication, like I said, our eye contact, many of us lose that. Our enthusiasm and confidence and the way we look at the people, everything requires training. So what I want to say that the classroom is our experimental plot where we are trying different varieties of episode. Teachers at top, maybe 25% of the time we are teacher. Second, teacher talk, and then students. Tell me your experience. What things were good? In US, they call 1 minute paper. After I talk and tell them to make 1 minute of what did they learn. Student talk. Give give some exercises to student and let them discuss and analyze. This is happening in B schools, management schools, very much giving exercises, cases, and then many of the time let the students talk. There was a class in undergraduate on animal disease. The teacher had just come from University of Illinois, and he distributed half the class to us and said that you will talk about this disease. So I came, I talked, and the teacher only concluded by 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 taking questions from students and his own knowledge. And it was such a nice experience. It gave me a lot of confidence that yes, I can do it. So in most of the universities abroad, they encourage students to be co-teachers, taking part of the modules or very small micro part, so that we have talked about it. But then, how do we handle field trips? The little experience that I had with field trips in my undergraduate and postgraduate was very supportive, because there were a lot of things to do, and at the end of it, I had to make a document. And so all this we need training in. And media, yes, use of media, very right. Questioning skill, I told. So what I mean is that the the I began with that improving our craft as a teacher, becoming exemplary teacher, requires skills. I've talked about the skills. We talked about the different methodologies. The facilitation is a behavioral skill for which we have to see ourselves in the camera. Somebody should give sensitive remarks about it. Already there is a society called Indian Society of Applied Behavioral Science. They're conducting the licentiate training for sensitivity, kind of things that we are doing. Facilitation skills I talked about. But the most important part is that can we as teachers start improving ourselves? What should we do to improve ourselves as a teacher? What kind of training and behavioral skills we should acquire? And where shall we get training in facilitation skill? There is a term called teacher's portfolio. In every American university, North American university, a teacher has to make a portfolio of the way he designs a curriculum, designs a module of teaching, the exercises that he is using and everything. And that becomes a document for assessment of the teacher. Every teacher has to write his personal philosophy as to what does he want to gain out of this teaching, what kind of learning his way of teaching can communicate. So what I'm trying to say by conclusion, my dear friends, is that teaching is a science and is a craft. It is very creative. A lot of respect is there. We are all PhDs, knowledgeable from best of the universities, but then where shall we get this opportunity where we can learn the craft, learn the skills of ABC, appearance, behavior, and communication aligned to teaching, so that we can make our craft better? Can we assemble together? Can we organize a forum where we can do it? This is what I wanted to talk today, and I encourage each one of you to try to think about it. And I look forward to someday when we can really meet together and take it forward. I want to listen a few remarks about what I have talked today. Thank you very much. Please do give me few remarks, few experiences, few questions, which I may not answer, but I will take note of it. Yes. Please. Nobody?
Hello, sir.
Yes, please.
Sir, I'm
Introduce
Dr.
yourself.
I'm Dr. Ravi, sir.
Ravish, yes.
Yeah, so thank you so much, sir. Actually, so many participants maybe having direct experience to, I mean, get opportunity to learn from you. Yeah, they can get opportunity. I mean, they must be having opportunity to directly, I mean, attend your class, sir. But this was the first time that I am attending you, sir, and it was so much fascinating, so much learning. As I had heard your name, sir, and likewise we had. I learned a lot, sir, and thank you so much, sir. Thank you for also, sir. When I was preparing for this ICR JRF exam, sir, so I come across with your book that human resource for, extension education for human resource development, and that book was very crystal in my, clearing my exam, sir. So thank you so much, sir. I really enjoy this session, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Rabish, I did not ask for this. Thank you very much. What you did, and I love you because I can understand your journey, how you began from Ayodhya and whatever you are doing. This is because of your interest. My question is how to take it forward as a teacher, how to behave according to the science and the skills that are required and that are there anywhere in the world, no matter where you are teaching, Machra or Muzaffarnagar or where, but how to document and make my teaching better. Others also, you also think about it, because how can we make it better? How can we become exemplary teachers? What kind of documentation we should do? What kind of training we should do? If not university, then we can arrange ourselves because this is our life. Friends, Madhumita, Miss Madhumita, are you there? Anybody?
Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Supriya.
Yes.
Am I audible?
Yes, Supriya. Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Good evening, sir. It was a
Please.
very nice to listen to you directly. It was a surreal experience. Like, sir, I'm from, uh, currently I'm working in the Ahmedabad, Karnavati
Oh,
University, and I'm in the
oh,
core management area. And my
very good.
specialization is, sorry, sir?
Very good. I appreciate.
Okay, thank you.
Hmm.
So, basically, my specialization is marketing and entrepreneurship. So
Wonderful.
my idea of exemplary teacher, which I am like working on it, I think nowadays student I have more students should engage into the tools and techniques which can give them the real world example, like business simulation, or maybe some AI tools which can make them more, industry friendly, which can help them also to make their CV impactful. So this is how I actually make my students to learn from the AI tools and other things so that they can, become the industry ready. Yeah.
Madhumita ji, the course that you are teaching, entrepreneurship,
Yes, sir.
that demands different kind of pedagogy.
Yes, sir.
It cannot be done by the moving PPTs, giving them only cases, isn't it?
Oh,
This is
yes. Agree,
this
sir.
is
Agree, sir.
yeah, this is one
Okay, sir.
area where we have to innovate methodologies.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So that take it. Another area, rural marketing. There are
Yes, sir.
very little literature available on the rural social environment, on the basis of which rural business can be established. You understand the perception
Agree,
of the
sir. Yes,
villagers, the
yes, sir.
rural
Yes, sir.
advertisements. When I get
Yes, sir.
involved with this management,
Yes, sir.
as a dean CABM, I started understanding that these are the areas in which methodological innovations are required.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Not only the case studies are very difficult, standard
Yes, sir.
case studies are still far to seek in our country because it takes a lot of money to
Mm-hmm.
do a real case study. So, how we can make our classes engaging by innovating with the given situation, with the given finance, with the given student. That is what I was talking. How shall we engage in this subject? Thank you very much, Madhumita ji. I'm sure we'll be in touch. I have given my email ID there in the message box, chat box.
Sure, sir. Sure.
You can
I'll be
note
in touch.
down.
Thank you so
You
much, sir.
can note
Thank you.
down, and we should be in touch. And I'm interested that pedagogy for teaching entrepreneurship.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Recently, I have given a master's project to a student on
Mm-hmm.
use of folk media in rural advertising.
Okay.
And especially he is engaged in seed business as to
Mm-hmm.
how we can connect with the emotions of the people, emotional marketing through folk media, and not the canned presentation like Dharmender as a role model or anything. What will click with the rural audience? So we can do something like this.
Yes,
Pranay
sure,
ji,
sure.
Dr. Pranay, are you there? Dr. Pranay, Centurion
sir.
University. Yes, please speak.
Good
You have taken
afternoon.
so many trainings. Good afternoon.
Good evening, sir.
Good
Sir,
evening.
basically, I am from Dr. Pranay Rai from SOA Dean University. I am one experience I am going to share that recently I attended one faculty development program in related to innovation and entrepreneurship.
Yes, and you have branded it everywhere.
Yeah, there I came across a very good session where they engage the learners very interestingly. Means after a post-lunch session was handled so effectively by asking questions and engaging all the participants through relevant examples and how means basically making the eye contact, basically getting the responses from the participants. That was quite remarkable. What you told that means that relates with that session. So I
Very nice. Very
appreciate
nice.
your really appreciate this session, sir, and it was also very remarkable for me to attend this.
And you are a great marketeer. You have branded everything.
Yes, sir. Thank you,
And
sir.
people have seen in reels, in stories, in Facebook
Yes, sir.
that Pranay has given this training. Yeah, very nice. Very nice.
Yes.
Take it ahead. What I
Yes,
want
sir.
is take it ahead.
Definitely, sir.
Yeah, how to take it ahead, how to do training for others, those who have no opportunity of this kind of sessions or workshops or trainings. Yes,
Yes, sir.
thank you. Anybody else? Anybody else? Though it's 2 hours since we started almost. But I would love to hear if somebody is still here and wants to say something. Chandanji, are you there? Anybody? If not, then thank you very much. I enjoyed more than you, and I'm still eager to listen from you. I have given my email ID, and I want that all those who are interested in teaching, learning teaching skills, becoming great teachers, doing research on teaching, we should gather together and work on it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
So nice.
Thanks a million.
Thank
Yeah.
you very much, sir. Thank you very much. On behalf of ISAB, I would really like to express my sincere gratitude to you. And thank you for sharing the valuable insights today. And thank you all the faculty for joining us today. Thank you for your valuable time again. Tomorrow we have another session, sir. So please join us, everyone.
It's going to be very interesting tomorrow. Yeah, she'll be talking about, the professor tomorrow will be talking about neuro-linguistic programming and how that can make teaching effective and how you can become a good leader of people. So look forward to that great magical lady professor. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye. Bye.
Thank you, sir.